In yesterday's class, I was talking about how to perform constructor injection, how to perform setter injection, how to perform field injection. We discussed or not? Yesterday we discussed all this stuff or not? I want reply from you people, guys. Yeah, now what is left to discuss, guys? Arbitrary method injection, right? Arbitrary method injection. Okay, what is this? NTSPBMS 716 Spring 4, guys. Here is my okay, eighth. Tell me, guys. Arbitrary method injection and solving the ambiguity problem. Solving the ambiguity problem. Right? First of all, what is the one I should inject? If @auto-void is placed on the top of setter method, then it becomes setter injection. If @auto-void is placed on the top of parameterized constructor, then it becomes construct injection. If @auto-void is placed on the top of fields, then it is called field injection. Then it is called field injection. What is the best among all these injections, guys? Field injection is good. Field injection is good. I uploaded yesterday's note just to refresh the page once, you will see the notes. Okay. Arbitrary method injection. Arbitrary method injection, guys. This method is the same as setter method, but we can take our choice name for it. Our choice name for it. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Arbitrary name means any name. Any name. Right now, boss? Okay. Any name. So arbitrary method means method with any name. Method with any name. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Method with any name. Method with any name. So arbitrary method means method with any name, guys. Method with any name. Okay, total how many properties we are having, guys? 2 properties. Okay. Stop placing @auto-void on the top of the property. Now we have to take 2 arbitrary methods, right? Public void ASSIGN, assign date time. Date time. This dot date time is equal to date time. This dot date time is equal to date time. Achha, that should not be date time, guys. That should be local date time. Right now, was systrace. Tell me, guys. Okay. assign, any name we can give. Okay. Put any name, arbitrary method na any name. Put to date. What is this? Date dt. Date is equal to dt. Tell me here what is that? Systrace put to date method. Here seriously, what guys? Put to date method. Dependency injection test boss. Run as Java. Run as Java application. Why it is happening? I will tell the reason. Because I have taken arbitrary methods, boss. But did I place at the rate auto void intention? At the rate auto void. Otherwise, they will become ordinary methods. How IOC container knows I should use them for injection. Okay, I should use them for injection. This name is different. Keeping this dot date is optional, Ramo. Keeping this dot date is optional. You know that when norms are matched, then only I should use the same word. Injected or not. Assigned date, put date is automatically called or not. Assigned date and put date methods are called automatically or not. So right now, arbitrary methods are called by IOC container to inject dependent Spring Bean class objects to target Spring Bean class objects or not. In this injection, the IOC container calls arbitrary methods to inject dependent Spring Bean class objects to target Spring Bean class objects. In this injection, IOC container calls arbitrary method to inject dependent Spring Bean class objects to target Spring Bean class object. And is Mr. Ramesh, without making test as a Spring Bean, how injection will happen, Ra? Mr. Ramesh, can you concentrate on the classes? If you want to inject one bean to another bean, source also should be bean, na boss. Please try to use some common sense every time, please, boss. Okay. Dependent Spring Bean class object to target Spring Bean class object. Example. We need to place at the rate auto void on the top of arbitrary methods to perform. Okay, to perform injection using arbitrary methods. Injection using arbitrary methods. Everyone understanding my statement, guys? Wish message generator.java. Copy this. So paste it. Paste it. Okay, let me remove unless. Option is given, Rabo. Why it is given means I cannot answer. There are provisions, boss. There are provisions, right? All these things can do injection only on setter methods. Only on has a properties. What you said is right. Cannot do injection on other properties. Cannot do injection on other properties. Right, boss? If you want to do injection on simple properties, we have to use different concept. We have a different annotation. I will introduce later. Red color. Arbitrary method injection, rather. Arbitrary method injection. Arbitrary method injection. This is regular business. Any change in Spring Bean configuration file, guys? Any change in arbitrary method also should not have multiple parameters. Same as setter method, method name is your choice, right? Same as setter method. Okay. Same as setter method, but method names are your choice, right now, boss? Same as setter method, method names are your choice. What is industry? What is industry standard injection to inject dependent Spring Bean class object to target Spring Bean class object? Understanding my statement, guys? Okay. Okay. Answer field injection. The reasons are, answer is field injection. The reasons are, come on. Okay, the reasons are we can place directly, we can place at the rate auto wide directly on has a properties, right now, boss? Has a properties. Next, no need of placing any supporting methods like setter methods. Tell me, setter methods, arbitrary methods, and etc. Okay. Still allows to take. Okay, take the has a properties as. Okay, private properties. Private properties, right now, boss? Because the IOC container internally uses, tell me, reflection API, to access at the rate auto wide properties. At the rate auto wide has a properties, right now, boss? Super, boss. Tell me next one. Increases the readability. Increases the readability of the code, right? Increases the readability of the code. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Increase the readability of the code because reflection API is there to access internal details of any class or any interface or enum or annotation boss. Reflection API is a separate API which is there to access internal details of any class or interface or enum or annotation. Internal details. Okay, increases the readability of the code because it auto-wide will be placed directly on the has a properties. Directly on the has a properties. Understanding my statement? So that's the reason field injection is the industry standard injection. Okay, boss. Tell me. In question and answer. In dependency injection. In dependency injection. How can we find out what is the target class and what is the dependent class? Understanding my statement? What is the dependent class? In dependency injection, how can we find out what is the target class, what is the dependent class? Understanding my statement? Okay. Answer. Can you help me the answer? Okay. Priya. The spring bean with has a properties and at the rate auto-wide annotation is called target class. Right now, boss? And a dependent spring bean also can have at the rate component now, boss. Come on. At the rate auto-wide is most important. With has a properties and at the rate auto-wide annotation is called target spring bean class, right? Okay. The class types of has a properties having at the rate auto-wide annotation in target spring bean class or the dependent spring bean. Right now, boss? Are the dependent spring beans. Are the dependent spring beans. Are you understanding my statement? The class type of has a properties having at the rate auto-wide annotation. The target spring bean class are called as the dependent spring beans. Are called as the dependent spring beans. Everyone understanding my statement, guys? Got the clarity, my dear? Super. Here is the question mark. Here is the question mark. Q and Q here. Okay, guys. Missing class is not a crime. Not reading the document of the class before coming to next class is a crime. When you miss the class, keep the good habit of reading the document class. Are you understanding my statement, boss? I request everyone. Every day I'm seeing messages. Sir, I missed last 2 session. I missed last 1 session. Give me recordings. Recordings you can collect from admin. I don't have problem. But not reading the document, jumping into next class with a strong attitude. Sir will explain everything. That is the wrong thing. That's a crime. That is the crime. Because whatever I speak, 90% I will write in the screen. If you read the document, that is almost equal to attending the class. When you read the document, sometimes you get the feeling, one more time I'm sitting beside you and talking the subject, right? Are you feeling or not when you read the notes? Very simple English I am using in the notes. So that's why from your side also, bit cooperation is required, boss. Don't think that everything I should do. Don't think that everything I should do. Okay, boss. Super. Now listen carefully. Okay. Listen carefully, everyone. Okay, let's go back to the. I'm taking single property only right now. I'm removing all these things, guys. Otherwise, let me comment them. Why to remove them? Let me comment it. Okay, single property, single at the rate auto void. Single at the rate auto void. Here also not required. Okay, fine. I'm just dealing with a single property to avoid the confusion, no other reason. To avoid the confusion. Okay, so dependency, right click, run application. Output is coming or not coming. Super. Right now we are dealing with a single property. That too I am doing field level injection. See, listen. Okay. Now we can configure same Java class as multiple Spring Beans with different bean IDs. We can configure same Java class as multiple Spring Beans with different bean IDs. Already local date time is configured as Spring Bean with bean ID LDT1. Okay, na boss? I can also configure one more time LDT1 class is equal to local date time. Local date time factory method now. But this time factory method not now, guys. This time I want to use another factory method OF off. Sir, now means it will give system date and time, but I don't want to give system date and time. I want to give my choice date and time. I want to give my choice date and time. Go to the documentation. Go to the documentation of these guys. Local date time docs. Local date time docs, guys. Look at the methods, boss. There is a off method, which is a factory method. There is a off method, which is a factory method, boss. Come on, guys. Year, month, day of month, hour, minute. We have 6 param also. We have 6 param method also. We have 7 param method also. We have, what is that? 5 param method also. Year, month, day. Understanding my statement? Okay. What is the off method return type, guys? Local date time. What is the method? Static method. So can I call off as the static factory method, boss? Can I call off as the static factory method? But static factory method with arguments or without arguments? It is static factory method with arguments, right? Okay. When you configure Spring Bean for static factory method bean instantiation, when you configure Spring Bean for static factory method bean instantiation, right now, boss? Static factory method bean instantiation. Are you listening my statement, boss? You want to pass argument values to factory method. What is the tag I should use? Long back I have introduced. What is the tag I should use? I will be more happy if I give a reply in the chat box. Good. Krishna, you are right. Christopher Ani, you are right. Vishal, you are wrong. Subodh, you are right. Karan, you are wrong. Ramesh, wrong. Sudhir Raja, wrong. Sweta, right. Durga Prasad, right. Is it not construct-arg, boss? Is it not construct-arg to supply factory method argument values, right? Those who have given wrong answer. Array factory-bean for non-static method based factory method bean instantiation. Please don't mix up. Please read the documents properly. Construct-arg is there to pass factory method argument values. Right now, off argument values are not. Constructor-arg, you can pass them in any order, but you have to pass name of the parameter properly. What is the parameters we are having, boss? From API documentation, you can gather them. Year, month, day of month, hour, minute, and second. 6 will pass. Year is what? Year. What is the value? If it is a simple value to inject, value attribute. 2020. I have taken 2020. Super. How many guys? 6, 4, 5, 6. Year is my month. Year is my month. What is that 10th month? Year is my day of month. We have to match the names, guys. Either you have to match the name, you have to match the order. You are trying to give in the same order it is there now, then no need of passing name, boss. But if you want to pass the name, you have to match the param names. You have to match the param names. 30th date. Tell me next one, hour. 20th, what is that? 11th hour. What is the next thing, guys? Minute. What is the next thing? Minute. Minute. Spell is right, boss. Minute. NU. Tell me next one, guys. Seconds. What is the minute, guys? What is the seconds, guys? 20th second. Here is my year, here is my month, here is my day of month, here is my hour, here is my minute, here is my seconds. Yes, this is my LDT one. Yeah, see guys, 2 spring beans are there. Tell me, at the rate auto wide decides the dependent based on the type now, boss? Decides the dependent based on the type. So now having same type, okay, having same type, how many beans are there, boss? Having same type, how many beans are there? 2 are there. That means IOC container will get into dilemma state, which one to pick up and which one to inject. Which one to pick up and which one to inject. Come on, guys. So that will raise ambiguity problem or not? That will definitely raise ambiguity problem or not? Come on, guys. Check it out. Minute. It is not giving. Year, month, day of month, hour, minute, seconds. Second only, not the second, guys. Second. Let me do correction first. Second. Now let's see. We will get No qualifying bean of type local date time available. See, the meaning was expected single matching but found to LDT and LDT1. LDT and LDT1. Are you feeling it was? Why? At the rate auto void decides the dependent by default based on the type of the property, based on the type of the property, right now, boss? So having local date time, how many dependent beans are configured here? Two are configured here. So, but it is ready to take how many values? This is a single property, only one value. So, but how many are ready to inject, guys? Two. Are we giving clarity which one to be taken, which one to be rejected? No. So that's why IOC container has gone to dilemma state. This dilemma state is called ambiguous state. This dilemma state is called what? Ambiguous state. Understanding my statement? Okay. What is ambiguous state? What is ambiguous state for IOC container towards picking up the come on guys, towards picking up the dependent Spring Bean class objects and injecting them to target Spring Bean has a proper target Spring Bean have a property. What do you mean by ambiguous state is also called dilemma state, right now, boss? Dilemma state. Okay. Yes, boss. Confused state, boss. Confusion state, dilemma state, all are something. If IOC container finds more than one matching dependent Spring Beans, okay, matching dependent Spring Beans to inject to the has a property of target Spring Bean class, then the IOC container raises this ambiguity problem. Rises this ambiguity problem. Then the IOC container raises this ambiguity problem. This ambiguity problem. Understanding my statement, guys? So that is nothing but dilemma state, ambiguous state, dilemma state, guys. Okay, guys. Example application, guys. Example code showing the problem. Example code showing the problem. Example showing the problem. Copy this, my dear, paste it. Copy this, my dear, paste it. Oh, I think length is very more. Let's take the document more and more length. Let's make height as 10,000. Yes. I'll remove everything except business. Done, boss. Save board. Yeah, here is my application context.xml. Here is my regular application context.xml, guys. Let's use a horizontal space also. Application context.xml, right? Okay. Right now I'm showing the problem only. Still I have not given solution. I will give the solution. Yeah. Tell me here. Yeah. What is the problem I have to highlight? This one try to go and inject. This one try to go and inject, right? This one try to go and inject. One try to go and inject, boss. Are you understanding my statement? This is my local date tag. This is my local date tag. Okay. Okay. By default, @auto-void detects the dependent Spring Bean based on the type, based on the type of the property, type of the property. Okay, type of the property. Okay, so but it finds two local date Spring Beans. Spring Beans. To inject to target class. To inject to target class. So what happened? Exception will be raised. Exception will be raised. And I see the wording in the exception, guys. The wording looks very nice. The wording looks very nice, Navas. Non-unique bean exception, right? This is the wording that will be followed. What is the exception that is raised, guys? Detailed English statement. You will get a detailed English statement. Say paste. Will get a detailed English statement. That's it, was. Especially this part you observe. Especially this part you observe. Expected single matching, but found to LDT1 LDT. LDT1 LDT. That is sounding nice, na boss? Okay. Are you understanding my statement? See, what is the type? Local date time. How many local date times are there? How many local date times are there? Two local date times are there. By default, auto detects the dependent based on the type. Okay, based on the type. Having local date time type, how many classes are there as Spring Beans? Two are there. Two are there. So this raises the problem or not? This raises the problem or not? Okay. We can configure same Java class as multiple spring beans with different multiple spring beans with different bean IDs. Okay. All spring beans must be configured. Okay. Having unique bean ID. What guys? Duplicate bean IDs are allowed, sir, guys. Unique bean IDs. Next one. Within IOC container, the spring beans are identified. The spring beans are identified with their bean IDs. With their bean IDs. Understanding my statement? Next. Constructor -arg tag of spring bean configuration file, XML file, can be used in two ways. Number one, to supply constructor param values in XML driven spring bean configurations. Right now, boss? Constructor param values related to constructor injection in XML driven spring bean configurations. What is another angle of these guys? To supply method arg values. Okay, here arg values are fine. Arg values related to what is this? Factory method bean instantiation. Factory method bean instantiation. I hope you understood. Today we have used it for what purpose, guys? Today we have used constructor-arg tag for what purpose? All these are supplying argument values of off method or not? Come on, guys. These tags are used to supply the arg values of tell me, local date time dot off method. Local date time dot off. Yes, boss. In this angle, we have used now, boss. Okay, now understood. This is the problem, guys. This is the problem. Right now, I'm highlighting the problem, right? Solution for the ambiguity problem. Can I give the solution for the ambiguity problem? Solution for the ambiguity problem. Ambiguity problem that rises in dependency injection. The auto-void based dependency injection. Auto-void based dependency injection. Super, guys. I request everyone, if you know Spring already, keep quiet. Don't excite in the chat box. Number one solution, guys. Using @primary or primary is equal to true. Okay, guys. This is annotation, boss. This is what attribute in being tag. Attribute in being tag. Using at the rate primary annotation or primary is equal to true. Attribute in bean tag. Yes, super. Number 2, using at the rate qualifier. At the rate qualifier. Understanding my statement, boss? Using at the rate qualifier. And you know one thing, the best is this. This is the best. This is the best solution. Why I will explain later. Okay. By matching, tell me guys, by matching one of the dependent spring bean ID with targets at the rate auto wide has a property name. Okay, guys. Tell me, guys, when this is enabled, it is still performs Y type mode of auto wiring. That means still dependent is picked up based on the type only. Y type mode of auto wiring. Still pick up the dependent based on the type only, na boss. Okay, guys. Tell me, these two things are there, na boss. These two things are there. Performs by name mode of auto wiring. And I'm going to specifically tell. To pick up this bean and inject. Pick up this bean and performs by name mode of auto wiring. Performs by name mode of auto wiring. Got it, my dear? Performs by name mode of auto wiring. This is by type mode of auto wiring. This is by name mode of auto wiring. Convinced with me, guys? Got the clarity, boss? Come on. At the rate primary. Okay, shall we see this? Right. Right now, where we are getting ambiguity problem, local date type. They are configured using what? XML tags, right? They are configured using what? XML tags. So I want to tell that, okay, other one is not so important. I am the primary. I want to make one of those two beans as what? Primary. So for that purpose, I must use primary is equal to true, na boss? Primary is equal to true. Though ambiguity is there among other bean, along with other bean names. Okay, since primary is equal to true has come, this will get the higher priority or not? This will get the higher priority or not? Now you run the application, boss, Java application. So now tell me, sir, how to feel which one is injected? Wait a minute. How to feel which one is injected? Okay, here. How to feel which one is injected, guys? Run on Java application. 2020 10:30 time 11:50:20. Twenty 10:30 T 11:50:20 was. Error is there. Are you feeling it is error, Babu? Are you feeling it's an error? No, it's not an error, Babu. It's not an error. Okay, this is just one log message, right? This is just log message. Don't worry about that. Just log messages. Okay. Where name discover infects. Okay, that's just don't worry. That's not a error. That's not a error, right now, boss? What if there are more than two methods? Sachin Jadhav, I didn't understand your question. Where two methods, Ramanti fellow? I'm using what? Property at the rate auto add on the top of the property, na? Where is the question of having methods? Okay. Suppose three local datetime classes are there. For one thing, we should give primary is equal to 2. 10 local datetime classes are configured. For one thing only, we should give local. This one. Which one is injected, guys? Tell me. 20, 20, 10, 30. This one is injected now, boss. Primary is getting priority. Suppose I removed primary is equal to true from here. I kept the same here. Right? Dependency injection test. Run as Java application. Suparna boss, this time current date and time has come now. Now method will give current date and time. Now factory method will give current date and time based local date time class object. Sir, I'm bit OCR. I will keep primary is equal to true for both. Or in primary itself, ambiguity problem. In primary itself, ambiguity problem will come again. That is your karma. I have given solution, but if you don't know how to use the solution, that is your karma, right? You cannot blame someone. Right now, boss? Okay, boss. Yeah, listen. Suppose if dependent beans are user defined, if dependent beans are user defined, are you understanding my statement? Then they will be configured by using @ component annotation. That time, can we use this XML attribute? No. That time we have to use @ primary annotation or not? That time we have to use @ primary annotation or not? Come on, my dear. That time we have to use @ primary annotation or not? Okay. Where you have to write @ primary annotation on the top of the class. When dependent beans are configured through annotations. Suparna boss. Okay. Use primary is equal to true. Okay. In bean tag, in one bean tag, if multiple matching dependent string beans are configured using XML configurations, right? If multiple matching dependent string beans are configured using XML configuration, this is use primary is equal to true, boss. Super. Use @ primary in one bean tag. Okay, in one bean tag, if multiple matching dependent string beans are configured using, okay, bean tags of 1 minute. Bean tags of XML configurations. Use @ primary on one dependent string bean class. One dependent string bean class. If multiple matching string beans are configured using component annotation. Right now, boss? Component annotation. Okay, guys. Tell me, boss. This approach makes the IOC container to detect the dependent spring bean from the multiple matchings. Okay. Matching based on the type of the class, and where primary is equal to true. Got it, guys? Or at the rate primary is placed. Where primary is equal to true or at the rate primary is placed. At the rate primary is placed. Super. Tell me next one. I think I have to give an example now, boss. Easy. I am telling that though many are there, you are my primary one. Though many are there, you are my primary one. I hope you understood the meaning of that, guys. In which message generator dot Java. Generator dot Java. I'm giving detailed notes so that you can read and feel whenever you want, right? Which message generator dot Java. Super Navas. Copy this, paste it, and the business methods. Business method. Here is my what, guys? Application context dot XML. Application context dot XML. Super, guys. Tell me. Sir, every time you are not giving client application. I am wantedly not giving client application because client application will remain same always. Yeah, what is the one I should highlight in this entire discussion? Primary is equal to true, right? Primary is equal to true. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Okay, Rajshekar, please be active, Babu. What is there to repeat for multiple times? When multiple matchings are there, it will pick up where primary is equal to true is there. Guys, I request everyone, listen class continuously. Listen class with concentration. Keep stable internet network. I will sleep for half an hour. I will take a phone call for 20 minutes. In the middle, I will come and I will ask, please repeat, sir. It's not going to work out, my dear. Mr. Rajshekar, last warning. You asked that question purely without listening class. Am I right? Feel shame for that. It is not one-to-one session, my dear. Along with you, other students are there. You have to respect their time and their priorities also. Guys, what is most important in online classes is self-discipline. If you are not self-disciplined person, it's not going to work out. You may be a number of works, but you have to keep them aside and you have to listen the class. After listening 20-25 minutes entire concept, If you say, please repeat, there is no meaning in that. There is no meaning in that. And sometimes I cannot repeat the topic in 10 minutes. But 20 minutes topic, I cannot repeat in 1 minute, 2 minutes also, right? So please, I request everyone stay active. Okay, since he asked, I am repeating, boss. Vicky Kumar, if same dependent beans are configured through annotation, then what should I do? Then we have to write @primary on the top of the dependent class. Vicky Kumar, you are asking this question without listening class. You are asking this question without listening class. Can you focus? Can you increase your focus level? Because 2 minutes back, use @primary on dependent Spring Bean class. If multiple matching Spring Beans are configured using component annotation, right? Please, guys, keep mobile phones aside. Wash your face and sit in front of system. If possible, take bath and sit in front of system. Don't waste my time, others' time. It's a big course, boss. And if you stick with the same point again and again, we never go further. I can easily guess it is a doubter or you are asked this question without listening class. Please respect others' time. Give value to others' time. I hope you are understanding. Okay, guys. Shall we go for next one? Using qualifier, right? Why qualifier is best, I will talk later. First of all, you feel it. Qualifier. Now I am removing primary is equal to true, guys. Wish message generator, very simple. Qualifier. What is the bean ID? LDT1. LDT1, right? That's it. So no need of writing primary. If you give primary also, no use. Dependency injection, Java application. So what is coming? LDT1 2020. 2020 means what? 2020 means what happened? Okay. LDT1 has come. LDT1 means off based factory method bean instantiation one has come, right, boss? So we are able to detect the dependent, though ambiguity problem is raised or not. Though ambiguity problem is raised or not. Okay. It must be placed. Sudhir Raja, right now I don't have annotation based dependent classes. In future, when I launch annotation based dependent classes, I will show how to use @primary. Clear? Okay. Clear, my dear? Please. That's the reason I have shown primary is equal to 2. Because right now, both of our dependent classes are what? XML driven classes, right now, boss? That's why I'm able to demonstrate only primary is equal to 2. Should be used along with @auto-void annotation specifying one of the matching dependent Spring Bean ID. One of the matching dependent Spring Bean ID, right? Okay, guys. One of the matching dependent Spring Bean ID. What is the code, guys? In wish message generator.java. in which message generator dot Java. Understanding my statement? Which message generator dot Java. Mr. Arun, I already said I will explain why it is best later. Can you stop going here and there? Can you concentrate on current topic? Please, Rababu. Right work I will introduce at right time. Can you concentrate? Okay. Super. Copy this. Copy this. Paste it, boss. Copy this, paste it. And here is my business method. Here is my business method, right? This is my business method. Cool, guys. Here is my application context.xml. Here is my application context.xml, guys. Okay. Super. Right. Okay. Now tell me, since qualifier is what? LDT1. So it will be injected or not? This bean will be injected. What do you say? This bean will be injected. Because I clearly said this will be injected. Okay. Sir, there is no worry. We need not to worry about order of annotations, Rabam. We need not to worry about order of annotation. Annotations can be added in any order. Please try to become mature programmer. For annotations, there is no order. On the top of top of certain code, if there is a need of adding multiple annotation, you can add them in any order. You can add them in any order, right? But right annotation should be placed in right place. Some annotations are not allowed at class level. Some annotations are not allowed at constructor level. Everyone getting my point? Right annotation should be added at right order. Right places, but in certain place, multiple annotations are required. You can add them in any order. Tell me, guys, this approach perform by type mode of auto wiring or not? This approach performs, what is this? By type mode. Clear, guys? By type mode of auto wiring. Picking up the dependent spring bean based on the bean ID given in the qualifier. Qualifier. So we can say it is performing by name mode of auto wiring. We can say it is performing by name mode of auto wiring. Got it, guys? Super. What's the last one, guys? Sir, I don't want to do all these things. What is the simple one, you know? By matching. By matching one of the dependent spring bean ID with the target class @auto-void properties. Bean ID and has a property name should match. Bean ID and has a property name should match. This time no qualifier, nothing. What is the property name, guys? Date time. Date time. For one of this one, I am going to take ID as what? Date time. Date time. Suparna boss, now you run the application. Did I use primary? Did I use primary anywhere? Did I use primary anywhere? No. So now you go for it. Still second one is injected. Why? Still second one is injected. Why? Name and name matching. Target bean property name and dependent Spring Bean IDs are matching. Matching or not matching, boss? Super, guys. This performs by name mode of auto wiring. By name mode of auto wiring, right? For this, okay, one of the matching dependent Spring Bean ID and target Spring Bean class property name must match. Target Spring Bean class property name must match. Target Spring Bean class property name must match. Say paste. End of the business. End of the business method. Right? Yes, guys. What is there? In wish message generator dot Java. Someone is saying that, sir, you are doing all modification in the same code. I have to, because for every small modification, I cannot take a new project. Guys, are you expecting I should take a separate project for every sample code? It's practically impossible, right? Are you expecting like this? For everything, I have to take a separate project? Don't expect like that. Don't expect like that. Okay, fine. Application context.xml. No, someone is saying, sorry, you are doing modification, everything in same thing. Okay, if I start doing that, course will finish lot of time. Right, boss. Application context.xml. Application context.xml. I hope you all your engineers, all your 18 plus students, you are matured enough to understand the concept by seeing the paintbrush content. I hope you can practice based on the paintbrush content, right? Don't expect every time I should give separate project to practice, because sometimes modifications are very little, Babu. Date time, date time. Yeah. Picks the dependent Spring Bean. Picks the dependent Spring Bean based on based on based on the bean ID whose name matches with whose name matches with tell me whose name matches with target spring bean class has a property name. So we can say it is performing what guys? By name mode auto wiring. By name mode auto wiring. So we can say it is performing by name mode auto wiring. Convinced, my dear? Got it? Super. Okay, now listen. Okay. Question. This question is very interesting. Everyone full focus. If all the three above approaches are using are trying to inject three different spring bean class objects to a proper to a has a pro to the has a property of target spring bean class to the has a property of target spring bean class. Can you tell me which value? Can you tell me which value will be injected as the final value? Which value will be injected as the final value? Which value or which object will be injected as the final value or final object? Are you understanding my statement, guys? Okay, now listen, I'll create a situation. Okay, primary says you inject first one. Primary says you inject first one. Okay. Tell me, name matching says you inject the second one. You inject the second one. At the rate qualifier says you inject the third one. LDT2. You inject the third one. Still third one is not right. What is there in that? We will keep it ready. Here is my LDT2. Here I will change the year to 2021, 11th month. Okay, 1 minute, 25th date, 10th hour, 40th minute, 21st. Something, Babu. Yeah, say was primary says inject system date and time. Come on. Okay, name matching says inject 2020 year date. Okay, qualifier says inject 2021 year, boss. Tell me, which will get the higher priority, boss? Whose value will be taken as the final value, boss? Run as Java application. What is coming? 2021 is coming. So this is the one reason why @qualifier is best. One more reason is there, we will see in future classes, right? Are you understanding my statement? Compiler will see us and smile. Why compiler will see us and smile? Okay. So this is the one reason why I said @qualifier is best. When this kind of situation come, qualifier is overriding all other possible values that are injected and taking at the rate qualifier value as the final value. Taking at the rate qualifier value as the final value. So that's the reason at the rate qualifier is the final one. Right now, boss? Sachin Jadhav, my dear, injections are happening at runtime. Then why compiler is involved here? You're trying to crack the joke, but you don't have technicalities to crack the joke. First, you get the technicalities, then crack the jokes on the subject. I also enjoy, right? Okay, he's trying to crack the joke. Compiler will feel, array, where injections are activities of runtime, Rababu. Sir, qualifier is not there. Then Java application, when qualifier is not there, primary is getting priority. So what is the order, guys? Qualifier, primary, name matching. Qualifier, primary and name matching. This is the priority order, right? By name, by using by name and by type, which one IOC container will take, sir? Just now I said, na boss, by name will getting the priority or not? When by name is there, by name only gets a priority, right? Fine, guys. Super. What is the answer? The dependent Spring Bean identified through at the rate qualifier will be injected. Okay, but we need to give sample code. 1 minute. Let me keep this one also. In wish message generator dot Java. Are you enjoying the subject, boss? Do you think all these things are available in the internet? Do you think all real working people knows all this stuff? They might be knowing only qualifier, but we are studying subject in all permutations and combinations or not? Yes. So that means we can understand what industry needs. We can also understand what interviewer needs. We are preparing ourselves in both angles, na boss. Mazda is coming. Enjoy learning, boss. Subject will come automatically. See, I hope you are observing. I'm enjoying teaching subject, right? Am I doing like a duty? I'm enjoying teaching. Are you observing? I'm enjoying teaching. I'm cracking jokes. I'm taking queries. I'm pinching the students. I'm involving myself. The day you do like this, when you are learning subject, you never feel subject is heavy. Only the request is you should start enjoying the subject. Everyone say qualifier is required, but why qualifier required? Why it is best? Now you are able to answer. All these are level 1 discussions only. Same concepts will come in one more angle later. Yeah. What are the areas I should highlight, boss? The areas I should highlight is at the rate qualifier, factory method of off, factory method now, Primary is equal to true. Primary is equal to true. Factory methods, why I'm highlighting? Leave it. This is one thing. Date, time, qualifier. Qualifier. Okay, what is that? Finally injects what? Finally injects LD to BNID base. Dependent Spring Bean class object. Dependent Spring Bean class object. Everyone getting my point? Super boss. What is the note, guys? Note. Okay. The matching dependent will be picked up. Will be picked up in the following priority order. Following priority order when the ambiguity problem is raised. Problem is raised. Are you understanding my statement, guys? When the ambiguity problem is raised. Ashish, this is the one reason why ambiguity is qualifier is best. When all others also injecting different beans, but the qualifier one is taken as the final one. That's the number one. Number two, in future, you can even select the dependent bean ID. Instead of hard coding here, you can get this dependent bean ID from properties file. We can get from properties file, right? At the rate qualifier. B, primary is equal to true or at the rate primary. If qualifier is not there. Qualifier is not there. C. Okay. Bean ID matching with has a property name. Bean ID matching with has a property name. If A comma B are not there. Anyhow, that's fine. Not there. Okay. Since people have asked this question, why at the rate qualifier is best? Is best to solve the ambiguity problem. Ambiguity problem. To solve the ambiguity statement, answer 1. It gets higher priority towards solving the ambiguity problem. It gets a higher priority towards solving the ambiguity problem. Towards solving the ambiguity problem. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Towards solving the ambiguity problem and to inject the dependent bean. To inject the dependent spring bean. Right. Answer to the bean ID passed to at the rate qualifier can be gathered from the properties file to make the code changes code changes code changes to make the changes happening without touching the source code, right? To make the changes happening without touching the source code. This is future discussion. I will launch later. Future topic was. This is future topic. Understanding my statement? Okay. What happens when biname and primary is equal to true? Suryanarayana, where is biname, worst fellow? Please. There is no biname word, na boss. Please. In at the rate AutoByte annotation, there is no official biname. Biname, bytype are the we are identifying, right? Sir, biname, bytype are what default thing they will be detected. Ganesh Gaikwad, biname, bytype words are not there. If at the rate AutoByte is picking the dependent by seeing the class name of the dependent, then that is called bytype. If at the rate AutoByte is picking the dependent by seeing the bean ID of dependent, then it is called biname. Clear, boss? After listening entire Ramayana, you should not ask who is Sita, right? Maddi fellows. We are deciding biname, bytype how? We are deciding biname, bytype how dependent is picked up. Dependent is picked up based on the class idea. Everyone understanding my statement? If at the rate AutoByte is picking up the dependent Spring Bean based on the type of the dependent Spring Bean class, then it is called by type mode AutoByte. By default, at the rate AutoByte performs by type mode of AutoByte. Yes, na boss? If at the rate AutoByte is picking up the dependent Spring Bean based on the bean ID of the dependent Spring Bean class, then it is called, tell me, biname mode of AutoByte. Biname mode of AutoByte. Tell me, at the rate qualifier and bean ID has a property name. Okay, based at the rate AutoByte performs. What is there? by name mode of auto wiring. Clear, my dear? Are you understanding my statement, guys? Okay. Subramanyam Pradhan, I already given was primary is equal to true, bean ID is matching. Who is getting priority? Subramanyam, if you cannot read the point that is written, what's the use of sitting in front of system? Subramanyam, are you not feeling shame for not identifying your answer in the statement that is already written? Matching dependent will be picked up in the following priority order when ambiguity problem is raised. First priority to qualifier. Primary is equal to true or at the rate primary. If qualifier is not there, right? Bean ID matching with has a property name. If A and B are not there. So that means if these two are there, who will get the priority? Completed engineering, you cannot identify your answer in the statement. What's the use of, my dear? Okay, Ashma, if you are missing the class, please attend the classes regularly. Every day I'm uploading in the Google Classroom only. If you don't observe, what can I do? Are you not feeling shame for asking this kind of question without verifying the Google Classroom? Please, Babu. Constructography method. No, sir. Sudhir Raja. For both factory methods, static and non-static factory method, constructor argo only. Property tag for setter injection. In XML level, if you want to do setter injection, property tag. XML level setter injection. Clear, boss? Guys, some people are. Core module is not finished. Please. Right, boss. Thank you. Next class is on Monday. Sir, this Satish Yaragola, same problem. If ambiguity comes in setter injection also, same solutions can be applied. Same solutions can be applied, right? Same solutions can be applied. Okay. This is Aitra Babu. Attend classes regularly. Stop begging for videos. Stop begging for videos. Attend classes live. Come to classes regularly. If you want videos, contact the admin. Every day I need that video, this video. Are you not feeling shame asking videos every day? Attend classes regularly, Babu. Okay. And this weekend, yeah, this weekend, please watch these videos, guys. I want you people to complete these videos watching by this weekend. This weekend task is watching these Java Bean videos. I have clearly explained what is Java Bean. What is Java Bean? Understanding my statement? Tomorrow, no class. Next class is on Monday, but you have a task to complete. What is the task to complete? Okay, watching these two videos, right? Yeah, construct-arg tag is having two utilization. Number one, to perform construct injection activities. Number two, to supply argument values to factory methods. Factory method being instantiation. Factory method being instantiation. Clear, guys? Super. Okay. Edit, guys. Okay, yesterday we didn't get proper one. Okay, let me upload the content of yesterday one more time. Upload, browse. Yesterday's is this one. Yeah. Thank you, Stan. Can we define multiple Spring applications, Spring Bean application in same project? Tushara Damera, today I have created wish message generator Spring Bean, local date time Spring Bean, another local date time Spring Bean. All these are not Spring Beans. All these are not Spring Beans, right? In current application itself, we have taken multiple Spring Beans now, boss. Mr. Tushara, can you focus your interest?